Einen wunderschönen guten Abend, a wonderful or beautiful evening, and welcome back to the second race of the 7th season of the Apex Online Racing Crossplay Championship. And we are saying good evening from France, and I don't know what I should think about this situation, that we have two guys in the lead who aren't, both of them aren't Jared or Martin. It's a long time since this happens. And we have Dave Urban, one of the Platinum drivers, together with Martin and Jared, and the other one is a driver I didn't really know. Just let me see. I think he didn't start last week, so we didn't have him in the current standings. So let me take a look in the driver's card or something like this, and it's Amisano Ronnie. And it's another French driver, so another driver who has his home race today. But it's not the only driver, cause our currently second placed driver Dorian Castelli is also coming from this country, but he already said it's not really his track. So, and now everything turns to normal, cause we have one of these two, in this case one of the two Ford versus Ferrari, or Mustang versus Ferrari teammates are in the lead, so everything is okay. It was just because of the training situation, I would say. So, and we are going back to normal mode. And let's see, so we have Dave Urban. So he did not start last week. Also, the Italian driver didn't start. So, and Dave is another Hungarian driver, and now he's back on P3 because also Jared jumps not only in front of him but in front of everyone, so he's also in front of his teammate. And then we have, after Jared and Martin, we have Dave and I think it was Amisano, but I'm not really sure. No, wrong. Yeah, it was, I think, or is it Amisano Ronnie? I don't know. Yes, it's Amisano. So in Germany it's a first name, Ronnie. And then we have Paul Wiedler, who had a really terrible first race last week. I don't know if he was able to finish the race at least. And I don't think so. So where is Dave? Where is Paul? Here we have Paul. He did not finish, as 4 other drivers. So, and then we have Misha Huitzing, one of the drivers who didn't take part on the first race. So we have Misha, one of the Dutch driver, now on P7, right in front of his damn, I'm so stuck. anything countryman. So the driver from the same country right in front of Toby. Another Dutch driver, so let me say it like this. And then we have Dorian on P9. And this is another driver. I can't remember, so let me take a look for, I would say, Stander. Yeah, it's Eric Stander. And it's another driver from Hungary. So at least, let me see, 1. Oh, Adam Czobor 2 and Eric Stander 3 Hungarian drivers in the top 10. So it's the same number of drivers like the Dutch drivers, so 3 Dutch and 3 Hungarian drivers. Then we have Jared from South Africa, the Italian driver in the Ferrari, the British driver, and of course, oh, and where is the... No, I think... Oh, sorry, I think it's only 2. Because... Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit confused. So where is the other French driver? Or was it Ronnie? No. Who was? I was just looking for another French driver. Oh, I'm stupid. Is... Ah, sorry, wrong keyboard. No, oh, sorry. Ronnie's the second French driver, so we only have 2 Hungarian drivers with Adam and Eric. But then we have Norbert Overy, who is the next Hungarian driver in front of Robert Smith, the American driver. So, but it's just... Yeah, what I'm telling you, it's just the end of the training, so we have now 15 minutes to see who is the fastest driver in the qualification and who starts on P1. Yeah, and here we have Norbert Overy, one of the many Hungarian drivers in this league. And here we have our current leader. It's the guy in the Ferrari. And it's Jared Vermeulen, one of the 2 South African drivers. I think it's only 2. So, yeah, let me tell. So then we have Fabian Radek, the German guy in the AMG, or the Mercedes, like we say in Germany. Then we have Toby, followed by, or on the left side, he's followed by Dorian Castelli, or Dorian Castelli. So, and he with a little push for the German guy. So, French versus German, or France versus German. Here we have Huyans, who is our current champion. And then we have Paul, who looks a little bit, or whose car looks a little bit like the car of Jared. And then we have the Estonian driver, this time with the Mustang, Chris Egert Rüntjanen. And I think, here we have, sorry, no. Yes. Yeah, and then we have Tietman or Tietman. I'm not really sure. Corey Tietman. I don't know. It's a British driver. And here we have the next Hungarian driver, Adam Chopor, followed by Lloyd Chapman, another British driver. And then I think we have the second American driver, Kendall Slater. Oh no, sorry Kendall, of course it's not American, it's British. But here I'm sure Roland Jordan, the next Hungarian driver in the M4, or in the M4. And then we have Lachko. I think he wasn't part of the first race. So another driver I need to search. Just wait. I find Lichka, but here's Jabolch Lachko. I hope I say it right. And then we have another driver who starts with the second race. And this is Double Desmond, and he's coming from Wales, so a Welsh driver with the number 35, and you can see it's a silver driver. Yeah, but he's in front of Kendall, cause Kendall didn't hit the time. And then we have Eric Stander in front of Adam Chobor, so at the moment we have two Hungarian drivers in the lead, and then we have Dave, I hope, Urban or Orban? I don't know, it's a French driver, so I totally don't know how to pronounce it. And then we have Misha Rietzing in front of Robert Smith, followed by Fabian Radek, Lloyd Chapman on P7, the first Swedish driver, Oskar Frisk on P8, and then we have Kemendi on the 9th place, and Norbert Overy, another Hungarian driver, on P10, followed by Jeffrey Big Jeff van Buren. Oh, and now we have Paul in the lead, and Ronnie in on P2, but now we have Martin in the lead. So, and then we have Chris Eger-Drünkianen on P15, Kendall Slater P16. Then we have Laszlo Mihaly in front of the second South African driver, Atti Klaassen. Then Double Desmond and Mac Mats, the Holnish driver, I would say. Then we have Toby Dorion. Then Corey. Oh, and Corey with a little problem here. Oh, and he jumped into the pits. Then we have Torok Tamash, and he is able to, or he could manage it, could do a time, set a time, whatever. And then we have Danes and the Scottish driver. Oh, and what is this? Oh no! He just changed the car. No, why? But why? No, Scott. Why did you do this, Scott? No, no. He's switching the car from the Jag to the Mustang. Oh no, it's so sad. I mean, I know why, but why? Oh no. Oh, this is really sad. Yeah, then we have Sutenbier. And I think we have a bench driver. Yes, it's Eugenio Fernandez. I hope I say it right. Maybe Eugenio? But I don't know. So, let's take a look. We have Martin 2.5 tenths of a second in front of Jared. So it's the same game like the last seasons, but this time Jared with the little plus that he was P1 in the first race and Martin only P3. So even if Martin finished P1, Jared will stay in the lead. And then we have Urban or Urban? I don't know. I hope it's okay if I say Dave Urban. But I'm pretty sure that it's totally incorrect. But to be honest and to be fair, it took, I think, nearly a whole season until I call Dorian and not Dorian. And and I call him a Dutch driver for, I think, nearly a season. So don't be angry, Dave. Or I even don't know how to say Dave in any French way. Maybe David, but this sounds totally disrespectful, so I stay with Dave. I hope it's okay. So please write me on Discord if I'm saying totally bullshit. And then we have Paul on P4. And then we have the Italian driver, Ronnie, on P5 in front of Chobor and Standard, the two Hungarian driver. And then we have the Swedish driver, and only on P9 we have Toby. And it's getting even worse. So I don't know where is Dorian? Hä? Okay. Maybe I'm blind. Ah! Okay. He's now right in front of Toby. So, but he just jumped there a second ago or something like this. So Dorian on P9 and he is P2 in the current standings. So yeah, but this is what he said last week in the interview, that he isn't really a fan of this track. Oh, sorry. Oh, and now Dorian on, on P4. And Toby on P9, right in front of his fellow countryman. This was what I'm searched at the end of the training session. So, and Toby now on P5, again right behind Dorian. Sorry, I just muted myself. Yeah, and this was the end of the qualification session, I would say. Martin with the lead, this time a little bit faster than his teammate. Oh, and we have Paul, who was able to jump between the two French drivers. So we have the Dutch driver in the lead, followed by the South African driver. Then the first French driver in front of the British and the other French driver. Then we have Toby, another Dutch driver, in front of Eric Stander, the first Hungarian driver. And then we have Ronny, the Italian driver, Schobor, another Hungarian driver, and Hutzing, the third Dutch driver, followed by the German driver in the Mercedes. So, good news for us. No, I think. But I think it's at least good news for Fabian, who makes it harder for himself with the AMG like he needs to. But I think he's really in love with this car. So, and before the introduction lap, we do a little commercial break, because I need a little break, and then we are back here with 1 hour race action at the circuit Paul Ricard here in France. So, see you soon, or hear you soon. So, and here we are back. 1 minute to go.
Seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
So, and now I think this time we join Jared for the introduction lap. Oh no, I think last time we was... Yeah, but so we can see Martin. And yeah, let's... Yeah, we can talk a little bit about the track. It starts with the Verrières chicane, which could be interesting for the first lap. But I think there is so much space beside the track that there hopefully will no big crash. But after the first chicane we have the second one right after, so here we have the chicane turn 2. And then it's going through Saint-Orson, Born? I don't know. My French is really not good. But the next thing I know, cause this left turn here, this one, turn 4, it's l'école, which means school. One of the... No, not many things I could remember from my French lessons in school. And then we have the long straight, Mistral straight, and I'm pretty sure it was the longest straight here in Assetto Corsa until the Nürburgring comes to Assetto Corsa, or the Nordschleife comes to ACC or ACC. And this is what I said, it's a really long straight. And now we are through Signy, coming in through Bozette, or Bozet maybe. Turn 6. And the next left corner is Bendor. Now through village, or village in English, right into Tours, turn 9, and Virage Dupont, turn 10. This is Tours, the left-handed corner, and then right one is Virage Dupont. I really like this name. So, and let's see what happens in Verrières.
Green light. Give it all you can.
Okay, I think no problems. Oh, and Dave is attacking Jared, and Jared is losing at least one position, but I think also... Who was it? Is it Toby? Oh, and we have some guys with problems. I think at least one car was spinning after Verrières. Oh, and there is it Paul? I don't know if it's Paul. Yes, it is Paul. Paul with big problems, and I think he... Oh, and not only one big problem, but at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So I think we should take a look for this later. And so we have Martin in the lead, Dave Urban on P2, Jared on P3, so it's quite interesting how they manage to do it the same ways always. So this time it's Jared who's only on P3, and then we have the Italian driver on P4 followed by Dorian, and then we have Eric Stander and Blades, der Toby. So in Germany we say der Toby. It's not only Toby, it's not only Vincent, it's der Toby and der Vincent. So, and Dorian right in the end of the Italian's car, and now he's right in front of Ronnie. So Dorian now on P4, right behind Jared and Martin and Dave. Yeah, and let's see, I think we have a... Oh no! Ah, okay, here we have the big gap, so it's McCallum, Tamash and Paul. Ah, and I think the guys... Ah, maybe it's a little bit more. So I don't know who was involved in this crash. Okay, I know Paul was really struggling, so he also hit Toby, but not on purpose. So, and here we have Lachko fighting against Frisk. So one of the Swedish drivers defending against, I think it's another Hungarian driver. And behind these two we have Fernandez, the Spanish driver, and Atti Klaassen, the second South African driver. Oh, and this was a nice hit. And not only Lachko was victim of this crash, but also Atti lost, I think, at least... No, it wasn't Atti, it was Huizing. Oh, and Huizing only on P26. So I think he was one of the drivers who were victim of the first lap. And then we have Drieger. Sorry, but a car or a driver I see the first time today. I'm not sure if he was part of the race last week. Jensen Drieger. So it's a Belgish driver. And Corey against Ovary. And the BMW now in front of the Hungarian McLaren, but oh, it's a long right turn. And here we have Jeffrey against Denny Sutenbiel and Chris Egert-Rünkjanen. And then we have Oscar. Oh, and meanwhile we have Jared, sorry for this, on P2 right in front of the French driver. Oh, and Ronnie back on P4 again in front of Dorian, and Stander lost 2 positions now right behind Chobor and Toby, so on P6. Kimendi now on P9, and here we have the fight between the first Swedish driver Viktor Hammerlund in the Mustang and Fabian Radek, the German driver, who I think lost P10, yeah. So I think especially on the long Mistral straight the Mustang is really good. But at least good enough to overtake the AMG. So, and I'm just thinking over to watch the start again. Because at the moment we have Corey against Chris Egert. So here we have a really interesting fight of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, drivers. Maybe 6. Yeah. And here we have Jeffrey against Corey. Tietmann defending against Van Buren, and Jeffrey is able to win a position, and behind him we have Oscar Frisk against Fernandez. And again Fernandez with a little contact to another driver. Oh, and behind him we have Benny Sutenbier. Oh, and Urban coming in for his pit stop really early. Oh no, and what is this? Oh, I think he has some big problems. Ooh, and this doesn't look good at all, so I think we should now go to the replay and not only look what happens to Urban, but also to watch what happens to Paul. So the 10 and the number 97. So at first we will I think it's wait. Oh, is it? No, it's not number 10. So here we have Paul. And let's see what happens to Paul and what happens then. Ooh, and okay. I think he overreacted 1-2 times, and then he hit 1-2 cars, and there is some more spectacle. Oh, and another hit, and another hit, and another hit, and another hit. Ooh, really crazy. Okay, and then we need to go to the top. Just wait. Oh, and Dave also got a stop and go penalty. So everything is fine here. Oh, and we have a drive-through for Corey Tietmann. So where did Dave lose the car? Oh no! What is this? There was a contact between... No, sorry. What? No, sorry. Oh, it's... What is this? There was a contact between Jared and Martin. Oh my goodness, and then, so the first three, I didn't realize that it's also, this is really crazy. So what's going on today? So the Italian driver is in the lead, followed by Dorian, who is P2 again. Jared only P3, Toby P5, P4 in front of Adam Chobor. And where is Martin? Or did Martin really... Yeah, he left. So what is this? It's crazy. What's wrong with you guys? What are you doing? So, what was this? So crazy. So now Jared in front of Dorian, and Dorian now under pressure by his Velocity teammate. Oh, and look at this. Dorian also with a big damage. But still fighting against Toby. And Adam behind these just waiting for a mistake of one or maybe of both of them. Oh, and here, ooh, this was crazy again. And Ronnie in his first race. Now on P1. Crazy race, sorry, but... Ah, okay. So, hello Bodhi, and then get well soon. Ja, und Servusler. Geht's da nach Franken? Uns geht um Bayern. Hi, Chesterhead. Oh, and now... What is this? So I think Dorian with big problems because of the damage of the car. I don't know where he get the hit. Maybe because of the crash from the guys in front of him. Ja, Paul Ricard geht, siehst du doch. So, and also Urban left the race. This is crazy. So our former first and third placed car are now gone. Interesting. Ja, wir müssen hier ein bisschen Englisch reden, weil internationale Gemeinde und so. Also wir haben hier im Moment einen Italiener in Führung. Jared dann aus Südamerika vor Toby aus den Niederlanden, dann Adam. Schobor jetzt gerade noch vor, also der Adam auf der 4 aus Ungarn vor dem Franzosen, dem Dorian. Dann haben wir den Viktor aus Schweden, Daniel Kemendi, da bin ich gerade schon wieder völlig überfragt. Ich weiß noch nicht mal, um ehrlich zu sein, ob es wirklich Daniel ist. Und ich weiß erst recht nicht, wo er her ist. Doch, es ist Daniel Kemendi und auch er ist aus Ungarn. Ja, dann Fabian Radek, der einzige Deutsche. Erik Stander, auch er aus Ungarn. Und dann Kendall Slater, der einzige Brite hier noch im Top-10-Bereich, nachdem der Paul ja schon recht früh rausgeflogen ist. Zumindest nicht ganz rausgeflogen, aber zumindest aus der Top 10. Na, und wir sehen's. Die Endgeschwindigkeit, die kann der Ferrari hier schon noch mitgehen, aber ja, auch da verliert Dorian wahrscheinlich einen weiteren Platz, auch wenn er jetzt hier in der langgezogenen Rechtskurve auf der Innenbahn ist. Ja, wobei kann sich da sogar nochmal für die Linkskurve vor dem Mustang positionieren. Yeah, here we have the fight between Victor Hammerlund and Dorian Castelli, but Dorian, yeah, is fighting with a damaged car, and this is not really a fair fight. Oh, and we have someone in the pits, or let's say we have two drivers in the pits. So it's Robert Smith, and it's not Lloyd, it's not Paul, it's not Archibald. Oh, maybe, no, it's not Archibald. Oh, and I think he left. So we can go to another fight. And Lachko, I think, now in front of the second South African driver. Oh, and did we lost another driver? I don't know. Yeah, maybe, because Fabian now on P8. Hä? Ich glaube, schau mal in Discord. Du bist jetzt fast fertig. Womit bist du fertig? Will ich wissen, was du schon wieder gemacht hast? Vor allem, wo soll ich da schauen? Ach, hier. Ja, du mit deinem komischen PC-Setup. Angeber. Ja, sieht aber nice aus. So, Jared 5.2 seconds behind the Italian driver. I can't remember the first name. It's Amisano, Ronny. And Fabian still right behind Daniel Kemendi. Meanwhile, Dorian still defending against Victor. And we have Denny Schutenbier and Jeffrey van Buren right behind Oscar Frisk. So we have the two Swedish drivers on P6 and P11. And then we have, I think, are both together the ring taxi? Just wait. Yeah, it's Danny and Jeffrey. And again, these two guys right behind each other. I think they also finished. No. Why not? Oh yes. I think, yeah, Victor. No, just wait. Yeah, we have McMuts between Danny and Jeffrey, so they currently P9 and P11 in the championship standing. And today they are P12 and P13. But some drivers with big problems. Let's see, where is... Oh, Chris Egert, for example, only P26. He's currently P6 in the standings, right behind Toby. But I think it will be hard to stay on in this position. And we have Atti Klaassen fighting against Misha. Oh, and he's coming in for the pits. But okay, we have nearly half of the race behind us. And Jared is getting closer to Zano. So only 4.7 seconds. But I think he could win half of a second, and this could be because of a little problem by the Italian driver. But like we see, but Jared was already the fastest driver of the race right before he crashed with Martin. So, but after the second race, Martin needs some good races, cause yeah, okay, I mean P3 in the first race is not really bad. Und blinkt. Das Lenkrad leuchtet eigentlich auch, ja, siehst du? Ja, schon wieder nur Schrott gekauft. Now we have the next two pit stops, or three. It's Kendall, Adam and Jeffrey coming into the pits. But wait, why did they come in for the pits? So there is no mandatory pit stop this time. Is it normal? I don't know. So maybe it's a little Okay. I think there is a mistake, cause point 2 point or chapter 2 under point 2.2 is a pit stop with tire change is mandatory in every 60-minute race. So, and I don't have any idea who was already in the pits and who need to go into the pits. Okay, I can say, for example, Toby wasn't in for his mandatory stop. That's why he's P1 at the moment. Well, I'm pretty sure, so maybe not, but yeah, of course. But what is this? It's really hard for me and maybe also for the Apex Online Racing guys to figure out who did their mandatory stop and who didn't. So I think there was a little mistake. Oh no, and our current leader got a 30-second stop and go penalty. So it's quite amazing. Also, if he makes a big mistake, Jared is able to finish with P1, maybe. So let's see, it's still more than 25 minutes to go. But at the moment everything looks like he's able to win this race again, and then he will have a lot of space, or maybe not. So let's see, where is Dorian? And Dorian, I think he's at the moment right. No, he left a lot of positions. So let's see when Toby is done with his pit stop. Servus, Jester Head, wir sehen uns. No, I thought we have the next stop and go penalty, but it's still the penalty of... Oh, and... Yeah, we had another stop and go penalty, and we have a third one. So, Tarek Tamash did his mandatory or his stop and go penalty, and also Rieger with a stop and go penalty. So, and now we have Jared back on P1. I think McMutz and Scott McCallum didn't do their mandatory stop, and we have Victor on P2. And did we have... Yeah, Toby's in the lead. I think. I don't know, because I didn't know anything about Stander, Kemendi, Witzing and Ovari. But at the moment Toby is more than 11 seconds in front of Jared, and Jared was P2 right behind the Italian Ferrari. So is this P1 for Toby? I'm a little bit confused. He's right behind Norbert Overy. So now we have the pit stop for McCallum. And we have the attack from Toby against Norbert. Okay, it's 9 seconds between Toby and Jared. Oh, and we have a drive-through penalty for Kendall Slater, and now we have Toby in front of Norbert. Still a long way to go. More than 22 minutes. Oh, and we have the next drive-through penalty, and it's from Drieger, who was already in the pits for his stop-and-go penalty, so the next crazy penalty race. And what's about Stander and Huizing? Maybe Stander was already in the pits, which would be a crazy tactic. Yeah, but I don't think so. I think he couldn't do a pit stop in 7 seconds. So we have Stander, who needs to come into the pits. And I'm pretty sure that also Misha... This would be the craziest thing if he would be able to win this race as a silver driver. Oh, but bad news for Toby. Only a little bit more than 7 seconds left between Jared and him. And Dorian, I think 1, 2, 3, P4 at the moment. And Radek fighting against Kendall Slater, and the good news for the German driver that the car in front of him needs to get in to the pits another time to do his drive-through penalty, so Fabian is able to finish inside the top 10, and here we have the drive-through penalty for, or the fact that he's doing his drive-through penalty. And then we have Daniel Kemendi now on P10 right in front of Frisk, and Chris Egert-Rüngjanen now on P12. But I'm not sure if he did his stop already. We have Jeffrey and Danny now on P14 and 15. No, yeah, P13 and 14, sorry. Because they are in front of Kendall. Like we see here. Paul now on P17. Okay, he already did his mandatory stop after the first lap. And then we have Lloyd right behind Atti Klaassen. And in front of Double Desmond. Oh, and here we have the pit stop from Misha Hützing. So we have P2 for Toby. 6.3 seconds in front of Jared. 18 minutes to go. So I think Jared is a second faster than Toby. Let's see, 155 this lap, 153 the 2 laps before. Let's take a look for the laps of Toby, or the lap times. It's 155 all the time. So 2 seconds are a little bit too fast if Jared is able to stay 2 seconds faster than Toby. And we have McMutz now right behind Florian. Okay, not really right behind. So it's still a little gap. Let's see. Okay, and we have the pit stop from Stander. Okay, it's a little bit more than a second between Florian and Mac. And I'm not sure if the Polish driver, the first silver driver at the moment, isn't need to come in for his mandatory stop. So I really don't know. So maybe we can figure it out about the times. And no, bad news for all the Polish fans. So, and 4.99 seconds, I think it's not enough for Toby. And here we have the answer. Mac is coming in for his mandatory stop. And this makes Daniel Kemendi the first silver driver in the grid, now on P7. But right behind Stander, cause Stander is now on P6, right behind Radek. So this could be an interesting fight between the two German cars. And the German and the Hungarian driver. And now 4.3 seconds between Toby and Jared. And 0.8 of a second between Fabian and Eric. And here we have the next fight between... And what happens to Amisano? He's only P17 at the moment. Okay, he got the 30 seconds stop and go penalty, and this was a second pit stop for him. And so he lost a lot of positions from the first place back to 17. Yeah, and Jared, it's getting closer and closer to Toby. I think the race is at least 10 minutes too long for Toby's... let's say it like this. To Toby's first victory at the Apex Online Racing Crossplay Championship that I can remember. So maybe, pretty sure there was another victory, but maybe I wasn't streaming this race, or I can't remember. And if I was streaming this race, so big sorry to Toby that I can't remember. But let's take a look to the fight between the BMW and the AMG, and I think now we will see the attack, and here it was, and this makes Eric P5 and Fabian now P6. So, and now let's take a look for the next fight. And this is the fight for the lead. And I think Amisano Ronny lost another position now on P17, right behind Lachko and in front of Misha Huitzing. In the middle of the silver drivers. And also behind Paul, who is on P14 now. And like I said, Daniel Kemendi, the first silver driver here in this race, but only nearly a second in front of Oscar Frisk, the second silver driver. So let's see who is winning the silver grid today. At the moment, the first silver driver in the standings is Oscar Frisk. And he's right in front of Daniel Kemendi. They finished P7 and P8 last week. So, and now we have the attack by Jared. Maybe not the last one, cause he is on the outside. Yeah, and this helps Toby to stay in the lead. So, and it's again P7 and 8 for Daniel Kimendi and Oscar Frisk, but this time in a different order. And now Daniel 1.2 seconds in front of Oscar. So it's quite amazing. The second time they are on P7 and 8 together. Oh, and now the next try from Jared. Again from the outside. And again Toby is able to stay in the lead. And this is what I said. I think it's maybe 10 minutes, let's say 8 minutes too long, this race for Toby. Cause my fingers are crossed and my thumbs are pushed, but I don't think that he is able to stay in front of Jared for the next 8.5 minutes. But maybe, let's see. Oh, he's waving a little bit. To avoid the... It's not the windshield, to avoid the slipstream. Ooh. This was close. And this time, maybe... Yeah, and this time Jared is able to get the first place. So, and now let's take a look. We have Jared in the lead, followed by Toby. Then we have Victor, the fastest Swedish driver at all. No, I don't know. But P3 today for the fast Swedish guy. And then we have Dorian Castelli on P4, which makes him P2 again in the current standings, cause... Oh, nah! Yeah, Victor was P4 last week and this time he's P3. So Dorian stays in front of Victor and Victor jumps up to P3. Oh no, oh, just wait, maybe Toby was P5. Oh, maybe Toby is... Yeah, Toby is P3 after this race. If it ends like we see it now. And Victor will stay on P4. I think Chris Egert now on P9, which is not as bad. Oh, and he is right in front of Oscar and Daniel. And I think these three drivers will have the same points on P6, I would say. Cause Oscar and Daniel now in front of Chris Egert, who was in front of them last week, and Oscar and Daniel switched the positions. So I think every one of them will be P6 after the second race. And then we have Denny and Jeffrey on P10 and 11. And Denny will No, maybe they are in front of Martin, so P5. And also Danny will gain 1 position and will jump up to P8. And Jeffrey might be able to climb up to P9. Let's say it like this. So, and here we have Paul against Ovary, and Paul already in front of Ovary. And here we have Slater against Norbert Ovary. But Kendall on the outside. Ooh, but he's able to get in front of the Hungarian McLaren. But here comes the counter. I don't know if it's English. Ooh, and here we have a little mistake by the British driver. And this brings Lachko in a good position against both of them, but also Misha now right behind these fighting guys. Oh, and Oscar right behind. Just wait. Oh, 3 wide. And both. So, Lachko and Hützing overtaking Ovary, and Hützing also overtakes Lachko. So, Lachko stays on P17, but Hützing wins 2 positions and Norbert Ovary loses 2 positions. And here we have the fight for the fastest silver driver. Oh, and oh, it looks a little bit more than 0.8 of a second. So, and 2.5 minutes left. Paul now fighting against Archibald, the second McLaren in the field, right behind Daniel Kamendi and in front of Ovary. Not right behind, but behind Ovary and in front of Ovary and behind Kamendi. So these are the 3 McLaren guys today. And here we have the 2 teammates, the 2 Ring Taxi NL drivers. And Jared just started his last lap. And ooh, Jeffrey gets a penalty for track limits. And this is really bad for Jeffrey. So now he let his teammate pass. Yeah, and Jared last time Mistral straight for today. Oh, and Kendall Slater against Misha Hützing. Hützing stays in front of Kendall. Oh, and it's still really close between Misha, Kendall, then Lachko and Norbert Ovary. Oh, and 2 guys coming out of the pits, oh my goodness. So, and here we have Jared and this is the second victory in the second race for the Ferrari part of the Ford versus Ferrari team. And this after a quite, let's say, interesting race, not only for him but also for a lot of other guys. And Toby finished P2. I think he's quite happy with this place. Also, he was on the first place for a long time. And then we have Victor Hammerlund, P3 for the Swedish guy. Congratulations. And Dorian, I think, best result for this race, P4. And then Eric Stander, the Hungarian driver, the fastest of the Hungarian drivers. And Fabian, P6, congratulations to the German driver. Then we have Daniel Kemendi in front of Oscar Frisk. And this is really crazy again, P7 and 8 for these two guys. And Chris Egert Rüngjanen, the fast Estonian driver, on P9. Danny Schutenbier on P10. And what is this? How was he able to get in front of Paul after he was P17? And here we have Archibald, Wietzing, Wiedler, Kendall Slater, Lachko, Norbert Overy, Roland Jordan, Big Jeff, Jeffrey Van Buren, P19 after his drive-through penalty, Laszlo Mihaly and Lloyd Chapman. Then we have Atti Klaassen, P22 and Double Desmond. And here we have Jolt Barabas, the guy with the GTR, in front of the Polish driver Mac Matz. And right after Robert Smith, who finished P29. And between Matz and Smith we have Turek Tamash, Scott McCallum and the driver from Belgium, I think it is Dringer. And then Smith, and we have Chobor, Fernandez, Dines, Tietmann and Urban, who didn't finish the race. Ooh, and this was, at least quite interesting. But not relaxing, let's say it like this. No, I don't want to see the replay, sorry for this. I just want to... And Victor is celebrating his first podium in platinum. And Dorian was hit by Urban when he came back on track after the crash. So, and here we have Toby and... So, what a race. But, to be honest, 8 minutes too long.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I just try to remember. Would it be your first victory at the Apex Online Racing Championship, or
it would have been, but also this is my first P2. So
okay, then
it's
time to celebrate. But
yes.
Crazy things happened during this race. It was
it was more luck than skill, but there was a lot of luck involved, I think.
Yeah, but no.
Results.
It's only it needs skill to avoid all the crashes and all the penalties. So it's also a matter of skill. It's not only luck. Yeah, but really crazy. So at first the crash between... No, at first we have the crash from Paul. which was crazy, and he hits you. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, got a little bit of damage from that, but nothing serious on the side panels, so that doesn't slow you down too much.
Okay.
4 seconds damage, but didn't bother repairing.
Yeah, and then we
So-
have the crash between Jared and Martin, and then Urban.
Everything behind it.
Yeah, and Urban crashed into them, and then he crashed into Dorian. It was
Yeah,
wild.
I guess Dorian was. At the beginning of the race, those guys were pulling away from me, and the new guy as well. I can't remember his name. In the pink Ferrari.
Amisano Ronnie. It's the Italian guy, I think.
Yeah, he was very aggressive on turn 1.
Yeah.
And got a good jump, but then they were a little bit moving away from me. And then, but they got caught up in some incidents.
Give it all you can.
No,
But we
he
noticed-
was not part of some incidents. He just got a 30 seconds stop and go penalty after the pit stop.
That's not. That's yeah.
So
that's going to ruin your race. Yeah.
That is what I say. It's also skill to avoid these. So
Yes, and I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't have a mandatory pit stop.
it was
So that was,
a little bit hard for me to realize who did his pit stop, especially when you came out of the pits, and I think, just a moment, he's on P2. No, he's on P1. What is this? The guys in front of him didn't already stop, so crazy.
Yeah. So there should have been a mandatory pit stop with tire change, but there wasn't.
But I
And,
think
well, the rules are-
everyone did his.
Everyone did a stop. I think we set the precedent in the past. You know, you've raced to the rules on the board. So if someone hadn't have pitted, they would have won. Fortunately, because that would have been a bit unfair, everyone did pit. I didn't change tires, so that's also one of the reasons the delta was so big between
Don't
me
say
and.
it. Don't say it too loud. Oh, and just wait.
But that's the rules. That's what we've decided. If we make a mess up on the entry, that's our fault, and people can.
Okay. Because I
advantage.
just read in the rules that there is a mandatory.
There should have been, yes.
Yeah,
but
okay.
You need to follow the server.
Okay.
We've said it in the past, and I don't think it made a difference to my results today. So if I'd have taken the tires, I would have come out behind Jazz and in front of Hamilton because he was quite far behind me. I would have just said I'd fresh tires. I'd probably finish exactly where I was. So don't think it made any difference.
I thought maybe Jared also repair his car. Maybe I'm not sure.
I didn't ask, but I think he definitely changed tires.
Okay, and we have
So
some information.
that's where the delta came.
So again, I make a French guy to another national type. So sorry, Amisano. Of course, he's not Italian. He's French. The second time after Dorian. And just another information from Dorian, he has 20 seconds of damage, so really hard.
There was definitely, he was definitely faster than me, and then he got damage, and then he was slower than me. And that doesn't come from nowhere.
And crazy information about Amisano, it was his first race, and also his first pit stop. So
Yes,
this could explain why he got the 30 seconds penalty.
but then very impressive pace.
Yeah, of course.
It might have been his first race. It wasn't his first rodeo, though. I think some racing experience somewhere there.
Yeah, I think also he got some racing experience, so it wasn't his first race at all, but maybe it was his first league race or something like this. So if we are
very impressive pace.
If we are trying to find him in Simcrit, I think we will see it's not his first race at all.
It would surprise me, but you never know.
Oh, and what is this? Someone bump drafted Dorian?
I don't know.
This
Surely
is
overtaking with bump
crazy.
draft is probably.
I lost two positions because of guy bump drafting. Crazy.
Bump drafting.
I
No.
wouldn't try it on ACC. I just try it on Gran Turismo years ago, and this works. But for
Yeah.
both of them, but I don't think that it works on Assetto Corsa.
It can be problematic, so we definitely advise against it. But if both drivers are happy to bump draft, then they're both happy.
Okay, here also Amisano writes he pushed Jared on the first lap. Okay. Donny pushed Jasmine and I lost both. Donny pushed Jasmine. So now I know. Okay. Crazy. Okay, things you need to talk about, I think. So let's see for the next races. But the good thing is, I think it's the only race when you can bump draft anyone.
Yeah,
maybe
on the
Spa
Nordschleife,
or maybe Nordschleife, but therefore you have to survive all the track and then you can bump draft. So
as I said, we would advise against it, but if you want to bump draft and both drivers agree to it, then there's no problem. It's the contact that would be the issue.
And Dorian just said it's not allowed in real life. Yeah,
it is. It is allowed.
It is allowed, right? But it's stupid to do most of it. So I don't want to do it on every course with a GT3. Maybe with a little bit slower car, but not with a GT3. So it's basically cheating. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very interested to see back the replay from Dorian though.
Yeah, it's of course it's because it's totally dangerous.
I want to see it happen.
So maybe you need to talk about this in the Discord. So I'm the wrong guy to judge about it.
we would all, as stewards, would happily take a look at it as well.
Yeah,
that's not a problem.
So I think the steward will say something about this. Yeah, and now we are looking forward for the next race. I'm just take a look. It's Kota. So the next interesting track. Oh, and here we have Martin, and he says bump drafting is allowed as long as no one is being crashed out. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
that's what I would.
But I think at least at the Circuit of the Americas we don't see any bump drafting. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, what you're thinking about Kota next week?
Yeah, it's another track that I'm not really a fan of. Track limits.
Yeah.
Are bad, but then again, this track I wasn't fast at either. Paul was faster than me here. Castelli was faster than me here. All the guys that I'm close with were faster than me here, and I got the best result out of everyone. So that's racing, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out next week.
But again, I can say Dorian isn't happy with the next track.
No.
Oh no! Again, a shit track. What's that calendar?
So yeah, we're basing it on the real life one.
Yeah. So then, guys, see you next week, or maybe tomorrow when we have the fundraiser in the program. I don't know where they are tomorrow. Just wait, I will take a look. And yeah, then we have the start of the new season of the Noob Racers next Friday, or this Friday, and tomorrow we are at Watkins Glen with 2 sprint races. So Also interesting track and interesting race. And then let's call it a day. Congratulations again to Jared P1 in the overall standing. I think Dorian stays on P2. And I think, Toby, you will be P3 after this race.
I'm not sure. There was,
Yeah, but Martin didn't finish
No.
today.
DNF.
And so Victor is, I think, P5 or P4. And you are, I don't know, you are P2 after this race. I think you could, were able, or you are able to jump in front of Victor and Martin.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
So celebrate this evening and good night to everyone. And of course, thank you to visit us again. Or to visit me again. And good night to everyone. Seid lieb zueinander. Schönen Abend. Wir sehen uns morgen.